Welcome to the first episode of the ActaReBuild podcast. During our third meeting and the third training school of our doctoral network, we are excited to begin recording our first episode from the wonderful historic city of Vienna. We cannot start without introducing our boss and our big sister who always give us the passion, motivation, and interest to shine. Today we have a special guest, Monika Rychtarikova, the main project coordinator of ActaReBuild, a leading doctoral training network funded by the European Union. Monika is a professor faculty of architecture at KU Leuven. Also, she is the head of subdivision acoustics and architecture. Monika, thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, how was your trip to here?
Very good. We have a direct flight to Vienna from Brussels, so it's very easily to reach the place. There are even train connections, but this time I have chosen the aeroplane because I had to be very fast.
Yeah, I know your schedule is always busy and...
Well, mainly in this period, in June, there are exams, finishing of academic year, project proposals. People want to finish lots of work before the summer break.
Yeah.
Although not everybody is taking 2 months break, but... if you collaborate with people, then you might have problems to find time for meetings during the summers.
Yes, exactly.
It's a busy period, indeed.
So thanks a lot at the beginning for your unconditional support, for your time, that you are always here. Our supervisors and our directors are always super fantastic and super helpful for all of us. So in the beginning, could you provide our listeners with an overview of ActaReBuild? What inspired the creation of this program?
Well, if you look around in Europe, probably also out of Europe, you will see lots of inspirations everywhere, which are buildings. And everybody has to notice that many buildings undergo renovation processes. In more developed countries, this renovation is not only restoration of the original function, but often the retrofit of buildings, so adaptive reuse. It means that we don't have to demolish all building completely, but we can refurbish it. And I think this is a very nice idea. It's absolutely profitable for environment and also budget-wise, let's say. And I think recycling of materials and also recycling of buildings, so-called, it's a nice concept. So this was the main inspiration for the project of ActaReBuild.
Exactly. I see a lot of objectives around all the DCs, all the doctoral networks, and I see all of these going into one objective at the end. So the name of ActaReBuild is quite... intriguing. So could you shed light on that meaning or the meaning behind it?
Well, the ActaReBuild is actually an acronym from the project title, which is Acoustic and Thermal Retrofit of Office Building Stocks, of buildings actually, but in particularly we have chosen the conversion of office buildings to housing because this project was actually written during the COVID period when this used to be the largest issue. So to say, many office buildings stayed empty, and at the same time, there is a lack of housing for people. So, but of course, the results from the projects are not applicable only for the office buildings to housing, but in general, in any kind of adaptive reuse or conversion of buildings. And there are many challenges, of course. As in the title, ActaReBuild, Acoustic and Thermal, it's because if we think about retrofit of buildings, the first thing will come to our mind is energy performance or sustainability. But by improving one aspect, we might tackle other aspects and even make them worse, like acoustics, air quality, daylight.
Of course.
So that's why this project is kind of unique, because it's looking at all aspects or more aspects of this
Exactly.
retrofit.
This kind of multidisciplinary fields that the project tackle with background.
Absolutely, because let's say it is impossible to tackle all aspects in one PhD. And that's why it's nice if Europe gives support to a consortium of students where every student can be focused on one of the topics. But at the same time, there are events organized where they can talk to each other, present for each other, and they are not living in their small group of acoustics, a group of light, a group of mechanical engineering, group of architecture. But that's the additional value of this
Yes, exactly. We got that every 3 months in the training school. We feel that we become near to everybody objective, so we serve at the end to the project objective at the end. So I understand a little bit that ActaReBuild faced the challenges in securing funding from the EU Commission. There were multiple rejections before finally being accepted. So can you share more about this journey, the difficulties, and how the team persisted during this journey?
Well, thank you for this question. Actually, I have to say that the ActaReBuild has never been rejected. It has been the shot to the black center. But indeed, we tried to apply for similar projects, which means Marie Curie doctoral network projects before, 3 times or 4 times. And we always reached certain threshold. So it was like evaluated as a good project, but not financed because the competition is very high. You know, only around 10% of projects get a budget.
Yeah,
so statistically speaking, every 10 years, maybe you can get one. So, well, I think but the core team stayed, of course. We've been trying different types of consortia, but indeed, the consortium of the project is made out of friends, let's say. So, and you know, the friendship is very important if the critical situation appears. Then people are able to help, even if they don't have time, if they are tired, if there is like unsuccess around. And so that's how we survived. Actually, we never lost hope that one day we could create a doctoral network.
Yeah, I see this even in the small groups of every university or every institute, that the work environment is so friendly, and we see every training school the vibes between us, and the jam session, which we play music and singing together, is really super fantastic to live these vibes and environment.
Well, Albert Einstein, he said that the end of the world will be when the people will be not singing anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So I encourage everybody to join.
We have more time to sing right now. Exactly. So in the field of retrofitting, what are the key challenges that ActaReBuild aim to tackle?
Well, the main challenge is always to create good concepts, good theory, in whatever, in material base, on building component base, or standardizations or guidelines. You know, there is nothing more practical than a good theory. And the biggest challenge is actually to translate these, let's say, strong concepts for industry so that there could be applied. Because if the theory is finally not applied for practice, it's a bit sad.
Yeah.
Of course, as a scientist, we often, let's say, cope with a situation where we don't discover what we wanted to discover. But as I said, that shouldn't discourage us to continue. But I still believe in this project that the topics were set so that there should be result also for industry, and the collaboration with industrial partners is there, either on a beneficiary basis or associate partners. So the challenges are actually by translating or exploitation of the results to practice.
Exactly. We know the difficulties of research, of the research results. So from your opinion or your point of view, what your expectations as supervisors and directors of ActaReBuild from the doctoral candidates in the project?
The expectations are high.
I know.
Well, the 10 PhD students which were recruited in the framework of ActaReBuild were very carefully chosen. So for some positions there were more than 50, 60 people applying. So that already makes kind of hope that the research work will go very well. The supervisors were also chosen on a very selective basis. So I think the combination of good supervisors and good students should result in a very nice science. What is expected more than that? It's a training, because for us as teachers also, not only as a project coordinators, it's important to see the growth of people. So, and this is also the incentive behind this network. It's a training. So it means if you are already good, you should become much better. We will be not happy just delivering a good result. We want to see that you grow. And if you are starting from a lower situation, still, you should make a progress. So it's actually, you cannot be wrong if you follow all the training. And so we focus not only on the core skills, which you will get from your supervisors and your own, let's say, enthusiasm of reading and studying, but we also deliver the training more complete through the training schools and secondments to get also complementary skills. And this all is because, let's say, students who finish PhD in the framework of such European project should be capable to take also other jobs than just a professor or a boss of R&D department. But some of you might be politicians, they might be experts in European Commission or some governments in your home countries, advisors, and then you need also all the other skills, not only to know physics. Although I think the physics is a very important key, but in addition to that, the complementary skills should be also trained and the network should be built. So that's the expectation, that you create friendships, that you grow, and that you use it later on in your job in the best manner, in ethical way, and let's say to create better world, let's say.
Yeah, awesome. You just mentioned that your objective as directors and supervisors of this project is training and personal development of the students, not only the scientific research. So we are in a third training school. We have been at Bratislava and then Prague, and now we are in Vienna. So what's your opinion about the development of the doctoral students? You see the developments in different aspects of personal and scientific.
Yes, this is a very relevant question. And I would start like this. What I see as a first is your connections. Let's say the connections between the students, and the friendships are growing. So every training school, it becomes like a nice group that indeed is capable to collaborate probably also in the future, not only now. We have seen some presentations in Prague, which were already in a very good quality, knowing that some students started only in September, October, maybe some people a few months earlier, but I think research-wise it's going in a very good way. You are also getting exams at every training school, so that's also like a check if you pay attention. So the development of the students, I'm not worried. I don't want to say at all, but probably not. What is impressive is, and what I was more worried, let's say at the beginning, is that students which are recruited to such a European project are typically very competitive, because it's also competitive to get this position. And people who are competitive, they like to fight. They want to be the best, and that can sometimes trigger some bad relations or some tensions. Mm-hmm. But I haven't seen that yet. So I'm very happy as a coordinator of this project that you create friends within the consortium. It doesn't mean that you have to be equally good friend with everybody, but I don't see that people would be not supportive to each other. So I think everybody is happy if the other people also present something nice. because they take it as a team. And this is for me
we have all to admit that you really succeed in that to create these vibes and this environment to all of us. So thank you. I think now I got a little bit of your dreams at the end. Do you want to add any dream, anything that you will be happy if you achieve it, or if the project achieve it, and you can consider this message to the doctoral candidates? You could tell them what you are dreaming, because I think we are all want to share this dream with you and fight with that dream with you.
Well, that's very nice to hear. So I will not say all my dreams, but maybe just those related to the project, of course. One part of the dream was already said, that you build good relations in spite of different cultures, different gender, different differences, countries that you are recruited to. But what is my really big hope is that thanks to this, actually, thanks to the fact that you are not in your small island closed, that all of you will keep common sense to see the reality as a whole, not as only part of it. Because let's say we are living in a world with lots of different ideologies and strange things happening.
Yeah.
And I think to keep common sense, a sense of humor in particular, is very important. And that gives a kind of, because if you have a sense of humor, you are able to understand nuances in things. And which means that you are trained not only for your project and your work, but that you are able to understand reality as such. And so this is my biggest dream, that not only you, but all the students that I meet on my journey as a professor, that I can deliver them a bit of this attitude to life.
This is awesome, and makes me exploit the chance to ask you to give advice to the young researchers, not only in the project, who aim to win an opportunity like this.
Yes, this is an important aspect, because you can see also that even young people burn out, or they have like some depressive, let's say, health issues. Well, I was recently reading one study about happiness, and the result of this study was that you will be happy or more happy, not really by having better results and better projects, but if you have a good relations. And
exactly.
And this is and the good relations mean that you don't think about yourself, but you think about the others. And I think the biggest problem that people can have, that they are stressed and they burn out, and it's not only work itself, but it starts when you start to see only yourself. Because you are concerned about yourself, and you think you are the only center of universe. But therefore, also this network is a good thing, because you can talk to the other people and you can share your experience. You will see that they cope with similar problems, and by starting to be supportive to each other, you'll be more happy, because you are helping. And also receiving help is also a nice thing, because if you are able to receive present and also life as a present, then you are more happy, because you are not giving everything to yourself, or you cannot reach everything yourself. You need to be also lucky in life sometimes. And so I would say this is something that it's important to me. And maybe I don't know if you can learn it to students or teach it to students, but maybe as an example, well, you can be very stressed, but if you still think about the others, you get a bit like less stressed.
Yes, exactly. I do like a lot your answer, and I consider this the diamond of this podcast, because it's not only to scientific or young researchers, it's a little bit of humanity to think about the others. How much you pay, this is exactly how much you get from the others. Or even some people, I think, like you and all the supervisors or directors, they don't want anything from the doctoral candidate except their success. This is what makes you happy. We see this in your eyes.
Yeah, they treat everybody like their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a bit family, right?
Yeah. I see this, and we all need to do more effort to be at that level of expectations and to give you back your time, your support, your unconditional support.
And maybe to spread the mentality in your other environments.
Exactly. Yes. This is really helpful for me, and I really enjoyed this interview with you. And I think it will be helpful for any young researchers to consider this in their minds. Maybe in that way they can feel more relaxed, more self-controlled.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Ahmed.
Yeah, thank you for you. And thank you for your unconditional support, for your time, for your flexibility that you are here with us. And we know how busy you are. Finally, we appreciate your time and the valuable insights you have provided on ActaReBuild. And for our audience, thanks for a bunch of hanging with us today. If you had a blast with this chat, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We have got a ton more exciting discussions and cool innovations coming your way. Until our next rendezvous, take care and stay curious. Thank you and goodbye.